Hi, everybody. I want to go over today some of the ways that I keep really flexible in my right arm, especially in my right hand, to do my bowing better. Everybody wants to have a beautiful, flexible bow hand. So let's get right into it. For me, the first thing to look at is the collé stroke. Now, the collé stroke is something that I don't really use that much when I'm playing, but I use it to exercise because a good collé stroke means that you have lots of flexibility and movement and bendability in your fingers, which is super important. So let me show you what my collé looks like and what I think about when I do it. Here's the collé, like this, up, down, a different angle, up, down, just like that. Now, let's look at the components of that. The thumb. My thumb moves up and down at the same time. A lot of people try to do it just with the fingers, but the thumb really propels the bow to move in an up bow and down bow way. So that's one thing. Now, look at the pinky. The pinky is 90% of the collé stroke, according to what I think. The collé stroke starts with a very straight pinky and ends with a curved pinky. Let me show you from a different angle over here. A straight pinky, a curved pinky. Now that's something we need to learn. Sometimes our pinky falls off the bow like this, and we can use a string vision bow thing, or we can use a piece of sandpaper or just a piece of rubber there. But basically, you just have to be able to keep it on the stick like that, straight, curvy. And you'll see that it moves like this. Now, the way that I learned to do this was that my teacher told me that you see the button right here, that the button should be able to go up and down in as much range as possible. So I used to put my bow against a table or something and then lift it up and put it back down, up, down, only using the fingers like this. Now remember, the thumb needs to be able to go up and down like this. Once you get this motion where the bow can go up and down, now you notice everything, especially the pinky, goes curvy when I go up, and when I go down, they go straight. So look at that pinky, straight, curvy, straight, curvy, like that. And you need to move your thumb up and down like this. Once you can get that, then things are going to start going your way. Once you can do that collé stroke, then I put it on the string and I just do a quick up bow. Straight pinky, up bow. You see that? My pinky fell off, so I'm going to do it again, like that. Now, if you do it really well, you start to get a pretty clear biting sound like that. You can move to the next string. I start off only doing up bows. So I do an up bow like this and I hold it. Then I put it back down to a down bow position, put on the string, up. You see everything's curvy. I move it back off the string, put it back on the string, just like that. A lot of people do this and release. Don't do that. Up like this, hold it. Now, a lot of people, when they put the bow back, do this. But that's not what we want. We're going to go like this, hold it, put the bow on. What I meant to say was a lot of people do this. But you want to keep your position like so. That way, you will have a really good collé stroke. Now, once you can do that, then we can start on the up position, about to go down bow, curvy, on the string, down. Back up, down, back up, another string, like that. Then I can do two bows. Up bow, hold it there, down bow. Now you notice I don't do this. I release the bow from the string, hold it like this, put it back on, release again. So it goes straight into what everybody wants. What is that? Bite, release. So we're always doing a bite, release stroke, okay? Once we can do this, up, down, then we can start making little bow strokes. And remember what I said before was that when you practice this, that this button here needs to be able to move quite a bit like this. And that way I can actually make a bow stroke. So now I'm using my fingers to make a bow stroke. Just what I want. Now I can start using my arm a little bit and use my fingers. So my arm's going to go in a little circular way like this. And my fingers are going to kind of give into it with that collay. A beautiful flexible bow change. Now let's do a little scale only in the lower half of the bow using this technique. Let's see what it looks like. That's right. And if you've ever seen my video about the paintbrush stroke, which is pretty good too, then you would be able to see that now I'm starting to use those fingers as bristles and getting a really nice paintbrush stroke. So let's look at the paintbrush. Now notice again that my arm always is going in a circle here over by my elbow when I do the bow changes, and then I'm letting my fingers give in with that flexibility from the collé to make the bow strokes even more beautiful. That way when I play my pieces, that you can see that the bow always has the flexibility that I need, and my sound gets that paintbrush sound that I always want. To have. So that's about it today. Just some thoughts about what makes that beautiful flexible bow arm that we all want to have, and just to start. Now, when you start getting into this, you have to think a lot and make up your own ways of doing things and envision things. It's really the way to go. When I developed my bow arm, I'm still developing my bow arm, but while I'm developing my bow arm, I'm always thinking of different things. I think of hanging on the bow like this. I think of moving through trees like a monkey. I think of moving in circles. I think of all sorts of visualizations, everything to try to get the most beautiful bow arm that I can do. And remember, when it looks beautiful when you're playing, it will sound beautiful. That's the main thing. So always look at yourself and see that everything's moving smoothly and beautifully. And when you get yourself to really look beautiful when you're playing, it will sound beautiful. Don't ever forget that. It's one of the most important things. When I'm teaching, I always try to get my students to have their techniques so it always looks beautiful. And when other teachers tell me that my students' bow arm looks beautiful, or their left hands look beautiful, or they just look beautiful when they play, that's a big thumbs up to me, because I'm always thinking that's what we're all here for. Because really, the way we look when we're playing is the way that we're going to sound when we play ultimately. And so I'm really, really excited about being able to move beautifully and fluidly with my fingers, because that means to me that I will be able to play more beautifully. Well, that's about it for today, you guys. I hope this video has been helpful. I kind of went over things quickly, and I don't think it was the most organized video, but I think if you really watch the video a few times, you can probably get some really great ideas on how to work on more fluidity in your bow arm and your bow hand. And until I see you the next time, happy practicing!